Hi, Jim. Jim, after I turned my live off the other day, I caught a 10-pound catfish right here. I got a picture of it on Facebook. I'll send a picture of it to you to your phone when I get off here after a bit. I went last night. I didn't get nothing. Tell Sarah I did trim up my tomato plants this morning. I just put the poles in the water. I just sit down when it started alive. The overcast day. It's a little bit warm, but not bad. It rained a little while ago, so hopefully they're biting now. Hi, New Horizon. Yeah, if I get it, I didn't keep him the other day, but if I get some catfish today, I'm gonna keep him, try to clean them. Maybe Shannon's off Wednesday, we can fry them up. Now that I want to keep them, I probably won't catch none. Hello, Lynn. Show you guys my rods. Lynn, did you check the tracking today? I didn't. Oh, Lynn, you're in here. The quilt you won Saturday, you asked to give it to Donnie to give somebody, special or whatever. I don't know if Donnie was interested in doing that part, so it didn't look like it on me on the live. So he might have, but it didn't show across. So I asked him this morning if he had somebody in mind, but he didn't. I said, "Why have somebody?" Shannon's sister was diagnosed with cancer, breast cancer, and they're going to have to operate. I don't know what that procedure is called. You guys know it. So we're going to send that quilt. She lives in Florida. We're going to send that quilt to Florida to her sister, and I'm going to have her stepmom, take pictures, and I'll post it on Facebook and stuff. Hi, Sandra K. Are you feeling a whole lot better? I hope. Sandra used that same. You guys can only have one pole. See, I got three. They ain't doing no good, but I got three. I got the link on there if anybody wants to come up. I know it's kind of early during the day to do a live, but I'm out here. Lynn and Sandra, it's only what 3 o'clock after where they're at, so but 6 where Jim's at, so I got both sides of the country covered. Everybody's in the basement. Sandra. Uh-oh, there's my girlfriend. Hi, Dee. You can't see me. Let me turn it around so Dee can see me a minute. Hi, Dee.
It's like, there. See, there's Randy. Can you say hi? Oh, she's just watching that water.
There
She's
was
like,
fish
what
jumping
the
a little
heck
bit ago
is
right before
that?
I started. How many of you guys can see the fish jump?
Yeah, I guess there are some lakes here. We're allowed 2 poles now.
Yeah, we're allowed 3 poles, 2 hooks per pole.
But it's like, I still have to pay to go fishing. And I don't think I could say she wanted to go out fishing.
Can't say what. I got to turn this volume up. I got everything
Uh,
down to keep here.
it's
I
like
had it down for.
to take a kid fishing. I don't think I get it. I could get away with fishing saying she's doing the fishing.
There was a lady when I was over by the dock fishing. There's a lady, younger lady, had 4 boys, and she was out there teaching them all how to cast and stuff. It was pretty nice seeing some younger people come out, take their kids out and try.
Yeah, is that a public lake?
It's a water reservoir for the city, so
Okay,
yeah, it's public. You
okay,
can have boats on it, but you can't have. They can't be going fast and make wakes.
okay. Uh, we cannot have 2 poles where they are stalking the fish. If it's a stocked lake,
Right.
then we cannot have 2 poles.
Oh,
1 fish at a time, and most of our lakes are stocked.
well, this one's stock. They stock. They're a hybrid bass. Man, they give you a fight. They're kind of striped, and they're kind of skinny. Like a, they
Yeah.
almost look like a smallmouth bass, but They called it. It's a hybrid bass they put in here. Man, there's a bunch of them. And they fight.
You want down on the floor? She doesn't know what she wants. It's transition. It's like they're starting the transitioning of her from a bottle with a nipple to the bottle with the straw.
Oh,
And it's different because she has to be sitting up in order to get anything to drink. So it's not one of those that she can be reclined back.
I might be getting a puppy. Shannon asked me if I wanted a puppy. Somebody at work, one of her drivers, got a puppy. It's a Shih Tzu, I think it's called.
A
It's
shit.
brown little fuzzy thing.
Yeah.
So I'll have me a
They
fishing buddy.
they need grooming and hair, ears plucked and yeah.
It's
But
cute little fuzzy thing.
yeah,
I guess the guy drives like I did. He's not gone as long, but his wife works. They got 3 kids, and he was opening the gate, or the gal was trying to get out the gate, and he slipped and hit the gate and blocked both of his eyes. They give $500 for him.
yeah, yeah. If you got time for a puppy, go for it. It's like it's. I had to put my last two down, so I'm not ever going to be ready for one because
Well,
of
Shannon lost her
traveling.
horse yesterday, or was it? Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
So he loves animals. So well, I do too, but not like she does.
See, I can never find the equivalent, the one that's on live today. I can find yesterday's.
Oh, the Saturday one?
Yeah.
It really
It's like
wasn't me. It was wrong. Oh, I get him.
I'm trying to find the chat if there's any chat.
Yeah, you have to watch that if you haven't seen it. Rhonda and them, man, they can sing. I
Yeah.
missed him.
So Delaney's trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Because I have TV turned down. I have my
Oh,
phone
she's
turned
trying
down.
to see where the voice is coming from.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I want to watch the chat also if there's any. But it's just, yeah. Yeah, I got hit Friday night, Saturday with the stomach flu. Oh my. On top of everything else I've had. And then I get the stomach flu. It's like stung by bees.
I don't have. I'll tell you, I don't have a voodoo doll, so it's not me.
It's like, so today's been good. I had, what was it, last Thursday? Was, no, last Thursday was going really good. And then I got stung by the bee twice on the finger. And then later that night, when I went out to try to get rid of the rest of the nest, is when I went down my shirt and got stung twice.
Well, it seems like since you guys went on your little deal you went on, I think it's a wedding or whatever it was,
Yeah.
you've been sick ever since.
You're out in the public.
Yep.
Well, I didn't even go any place to get the stomach flu. I did not even go any place to get the stomach flu. One thing I can say about these bottles is there's going to be a waste of about a half ounce every time because the the weighted straw doesn't go clear to the bottom.
Oh, I don't.
No, it swings. She's trying her darndest to get it, and then it's like, oh, I don't want it anymore. Play.
She gets probably mad at it.
Oh, when she doesn't want something, it's like even the pacifier. if she doesn't want it anymore, she just flinks it over. She gets the chair rocking. So I'm trying to stop it so it don't make anybody sick. But I thought I'd come up for a little bit while you was out fishing.
Dang it. I thought I was going to be able to catch a fish on video, but I missed him.
Yeah. But I've never had a fishing license in my entire life. And I've caught a lot of fish throughout the years. I used to use my kids as the excuse for fishing because you could check their poles. So when I was checking their poles, I'd cast out one more time and then reel in a fish.
Oh,
The last one was a 14-inch trout.
I've never caught no trout.
Oh,
I-
they like
When I lived in
push up a
California, I
fight.
wanted to go. I bought equipment when I was in the Air Force out there, and I went a few times, and I never did catch any.
Yeah, they can put up quite the fight. And I was having fun. I was reeling it in, and it'd break the water, and you know, it was my husband come over, grabbed the pole, and said, "You're never going to get it to land." And I thought, okay, so I let him have the pole because the game warden was out there,
Oh,
and he got the fish to land and whatnot. And he says, "Now you got to clean your fish." I said, "What fish?" He says, "That one you caught." I says, I was incompetent. I couldn't bring it to land, so it's not my fish. You brought it in."
yeah,
So
he
he
brought in
cleaned it.
his fish.
He cleaned the fish, but it wasn't enough to feed us all, so it just went in the freezer. Because that's what you had to do. You put it in the freezer till you had enough for dinner.
Yeah, that's what my cousin's doing. The fish I caught yesterday, he come over to get it, and he's collecting up a bunch of fish. We're going to have a big family fish fry.
Yeah. Get you. Get you.
Man, the cloud went away. Now the sun's right on my back. At least it ain't
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. We go from hot to cold. Still no rain.
We got
It's like
rain about 2 o'clock. A little shower come through.
it's like I
A lot of
gotta
rain
set,
yesterday morning.
I gotta set up a sprinkler tonight in water because of 4th of July. We are allowed fireworks. Yeah, and Dee's gonna get to see some fireworks. Oh,
Yeah,
do you
that
think
time,
I need it?
that time's coming along. I like watching the fireworks. When I was in the service, they always put on a good show.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna have a few because it's her first 4th of July. Yeah. Her
That's
first
one
4th
thing
of
when I was
July.
driving, I like doing. El Paso and Albuquerque are some of the two beautiful places to go and watch fireworks.
So it's
El
like,
Paso, they do it all night long because there's so many little towns around it.
yeah.
And then Albuquerque, you can sit up on top of the mountain and watch, and you can see for long ways away.
I would rather them be set off any place but my front of my house because I have to clean it up. And then I get the neighbors, the residual from the neighbors. Do you know
We have to
how?
give our dog medicine because they're scared of noise like that.
See, my two dogs was never afraid of fireworks because they went to fireworks with us, and then they always sat on my lap. And so I had two dogs that didn't mind the fireworks. All
Our
the rest
two
of the family
guard dogs are
dogs,
petrified, and the yard dog, the one just runs loose in the yard. Man, he tries to dig a hole and hides. He gets the
uh,
shakes.
it's like this one that's on my lap, Maya here. She'll probably be in the house underneath the chair. That one. It's like she's the yappy one. You gotta say, come on, fish. You say, fish, get on Randy's line. Yeah. Now, do you eat the fish, Randy, normally?
Yep, catfish. We eat carp once in a while, but you got to pressure cook carp to get all the bones out.
Oh. See, I prefer bass and perch.
Yeah, I like bass too. Oh
And
man, thunder.
the trout, I actually like just the limit, 6 inches. Because when you roll them in flour and pan fry them,
Right.
the bones are so soft that if you get between 6 and 7 inches, you don't even know there's a bone. Are you yelling at the news? Yeah, we
Hmm.
had. I'm sure Idaho made the national news. Firefighters called out to a fire and sniper.
Hey,
Someone just
Kevin.
starts shooting at them. Hello, but it's just so.
Sandra,
The
you ought to go over to that channel there. He does lives like I do, but he helps other channels out. He
Yeah,
mainly does stuff. He's really not for subscribers, but he tries to share out other channels.
I'm
And
subscribed to him.
oh, are you okay?
Yeah, it's just I
Kevin's a
get
good
so
guy. He gets
I get
around
so busy
talking
I
to
don't see
everybody.
when everybody's on. I just happen to check my tablet and I said, "Oh, Randy's on."
Yeah, I don't have set times. I ought to have a set time, but I'm always doing
No,
something, trying to do something.
well, that's like Kathy's not going to be on for 1 week, and she says, "Go ahead, Sandra, fill it." Well, when I used to fill the days, I didn't have a baby. It's like I can't fill it with a baby. She's got things that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah.
I could go on,
Yeah,
if
we
I
have
can
to
get
work around our schedules.
yes. So I could go on every day at noon with her when her mom comes through the door. Yes. I don't think you guys want to watch an hour of me
Hi,
trying to get her
Lori.
to sleep. Uh-oh, where'd the beaky go?
Oh, no, it's
Where'd he go?
Lynn. Lynn, I thought you was in here already.
Oh,
I thought
you're
I seen
sitting
you in
on it.
chat a little bit ago.
Oh, Lynn.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You're little. She drops things to drop them deliberately. So I heard you're redonating that quilt. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, Lynn's in here, and I thought she was earlier. Let me explain it again here. Let me get closer. So,
Okay.
Lynn, you told Donnie, give it to Donnie, and Donnie didn't act like he really wanted it. So, I mean, he didn't say no, but I mean, it just didn't seem like he wanted to do something with it. So I asked him this morning if he didn't mind. If he didn't have anybody in mind who to give it to, I had somebody. Shannon's sister was diagnosed with cancer, breast cancer, and she's having that surgery to remove. I don't know what it's called. You guys do. And so we're going to send that quilt to her, and while she's in a hospital and recovering, she can have it to cover up with and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So we're giving to somebody I think is a worthy cause.
Oh, wow. Really? I get another quilt in the mail?
But I asked Donnie, and he had no problem with it. So they're getting the money. I put the money in the bank a while ago. When Shannon's next day off, she's going to send it to them. We got it on PayPal. I got their account for PayPal because I didn't want to get it lost in the mail. So when Shannon's off Wednesday, I think, so she's going to send it to them.
Oh, she's finishing it right now.
I told you put that one on the hold.
She puts them in a order, just like any other long armor.
I better be at the top of the list.
It's like I had 2 come back from Kansas. I have the one I quilted, and then this one here. I'm going to have a stack of binding handwork.
Oh,
But that's what I want. I'd rather have them ready for that. That
oh,
makes
he's
them
filming yours too.
One more step closer to final. It's like I can't read what it says. That heart that is always in the way of that final.
Yeah, I know it. And then on mine now too, because I'm on the StreamYard, we can't see all the chat. I can only see the last chat each time, and I might miss somebody. So if I do, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to watch my polls and talk too. So if I miss you, I'm sorry. Or keep typing.
Oh, and she's filming too. Okay.
Yep, she's filming it too.
Well, you have to film different things. It's like I was showing my friend that lives not far from Lynn, because every once in a while she's looking for another long arm, and I showed her to another gal, and they go, "Oh wow!" They was just amazed with how we're still trying to get off the first block, and Lynn's off on block number 7. Because it's like we was trying to picture what she was going to do next. What? You want up? What? Don't yell at me, young lady. I know Randy will defend you.
Yep,
He
she's
won't let me
precious.
yell at you.
He's my buddy.
Yeah.
Aren't you, Dee?
You want up? She's at that stage. She doesn't know if she wants up or down, or up or down, or up or down. But I look forward to all my quilts being completed. I just want to sit them all around the house and, proud of it. But the worst thing
Wait a
is
minute.
nobody
Somebody
comes
typed
here.
something. I got to turn the phone sideways so I can read. Oh, I found out this morning my half brother-in-law has liver cancer. Never drank alcohol. They said it was a childhood disease. Oh, I'm sorry, Lynn.
And her sister just finished with breast cancer. Yeah. See, it's like when Ronnie was diagnosed with cancer, my middle child, I made her a quilt. But my son has had cancer when he was 6.5. He had cancer, 2 years of chemotherapy, hard chemo. He lost eyelashes, any hair that was on his body, he lost it. For 2 solid years, he had no hair. And then my husband had cancers. He had bladder cancer first and then pancreatic cancer. It's like, I've been all around the cancer.
It's a bad thing. My ex-wife's great-grandmother, sweet lady. She lived by herself.
Really?
And first thing I knew about cancer was her. But she had a lump on her neck.
Yeah.
And everybody's wanting her to go get it taken off, but it wasn't bothering her. They went in and explored, found out it was cancer, and 30 days later she was gone. And she was healthy as a horse.
Yeah.
But they opened it up.
They hit the cancer, and then it metastasized. It's like my son, he is now 49 years old. He is a cancer survivor. Ronnie has only been cancer survivor for 2 years now, I think it is. But it's like they wanted to go in because the tumor itself come out through a hole in his ear canal.
Oh.
So it made his eardrum not cupped anymore. It's flat. Well, they wanted to go in and reconstruct that eardrum. And every time I heard of other kids having something done, they cut into the tumor. And when you put a dot on an eye on when you're writing something,
Yeah.
and you take that ink pen, that's 60 cancer cells is under the dot of that eye.
Oh.
That's 60 cancer cells. And it's like, I said, no, we'll take a chance. If he's deaf in one ear, he's deaf in one ear. But it's like everybody else, I'm sorry to say, they're no longer with us. They're all resting in peace because they had this reconstructive surgery done. And I would rather have the kid than the reconstructed part
Right.
and then not here.
Yeah. Deal with the, different things, but at least you're still here.
Yeah. But he has an excuse. If he doesn't hear you, it's because he's deaf in one ear. It's like Ronnie is up and walking, and it's like she's putting on the weight she doesn't want to put on. But it's like, I'm alive, Mom. That's the main thing. I'm alive. And Melinda, she's been lucky. All of her cysts have been non-cancerous. It's like she's had cysts in her ovaries. She's had cysts in her spine. It's like we had to go through the surgery with her that, here she is, a mom of two. And I think they was like 10 and 12 at the time. Might have a paralyzed mom. The surgery was that iffy. It's 50-50. She could be paralyzed. And it's like, so I don't take these tragedies like a lot of people do in full tear and this and that, because I've already been to hell and back.
Yep.
But it's like, now if it was baby D here, I'd be in full tears.
Well,
because
that's one of the things when I talk about people being religious and stuff. If there was something around, why are like the kids and good people always bad things happening to them? But these bad people, nothing happens to them, seems like.
Right. It's just one of those things. I can go up and down our street. It's like, I don't care that I broke this finger and I reset it wrong, but I wasn't going to go to the doctor because I'm bullheaded and stubborn. But you go to the doctor, they find things wrong with you. And really and truthfully, I believe metformin is the reason I have no husband. A side effect of metformin was stomach ache and stomach pain and things like that. Well, he had to have metformin because insulin couldn't be taken with a CDL. And he fought for 6+ months trying to get off that metformin. He was willing to give up his CDL, his life work. And it's like, next thing, and the doctor agrees, but we didn't have time to go through and protest it and, sue the hell out of the company.
Right.
But it's like, metformin works for some people and doesn't work for others.
I was on metformin at first, but it made my stomach sick. I got sick, so I wouldn't take it. So they got me on the Farxiga now, and it doesn't make me sick.
Yeah. And see, they wouldn't take him off metformin. They kept him on it and kept him on it. And then, just before he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer stage 4, we couldn't start with stage 1 or 2. We had to go to the worst. And it's like, it's just one of those things. Those side effects that you see on all those medications up there on those TV screen as they're advertising them, it's like, there are so many side effects, and they treat each person individually.
Yeah, our bodies, all of us, we're not the same.
Right. But you go to the doctor, and they find numerous things wrong with you. it's like both Ronnie and her son Austin, they're now watching their thyroids because their thyroids are a little larger than they should be. But they did the first test and everything's fine. But they're on thyroid watch because they're fine now. They might not be fine in 60 days. So now they're on that watch. So it's
Shannon's
like,
sister didn't have nothing wrong with her, and she turned 40, and she went and got her first mammogram, I guess it's called,
yeah,
and they just seen a lump, and then they did some tests and found the cancer. I mean, she'd never been sick.
yeah. Well, that's just it. You don't have to be sick. It's cancer is in everybody has cancer in them. Even you do, even I do. It takes something to trigger it. And like on my husband, it was the metformin. On Ronnie, I don't know what triggered hers. But it's like, you know, Casey, he was a fall. He was coming out of school, 6.5 years old, to go down to the bus. Well, it was a wet, had a little bit of moisture on the grass, and he asked to wear his cowboy boots because he's a cowboy. And he slid down that grass and hit his head. Well, the tumor came out through his ear canal. We could see it looked like your little finger was sticking out of his ear.
Oh wow!
So the first doctor we took him to said it was a cold. He just had a cold in his ear. Well, within a week, the side of his face is getting very, very warm. And it was Thanksgiving. So we looked up to see if any ear, nose, and throat doctor where we was on Thanksgiving vacation at was available. And this one guy opened up his office and he checked him out. And then he booked him where they go in and take out it's biopsy.
A biopsy.
Yeah, he scheduled him for a biopsy Monday morning. He says, "You're not going home." He says, "You're getting a biopsy Monday morning. I already got it set up at the hospital. Be there." I says, "Well, we don't have the money." He says, "I don't care if you have the money or not. You're going to be there." And then he did the biopsy. He come in and he says that doctor we went to was a quack. He says, if you poke it and it don't bleed, it's bad. It's
Mm-hmm.
not an infection of the, cold or anything. He says, don't return to him. I says, well, we have an appointment. He says, don't return. And so they sent us a bill because we failure to show.
Right.
But they send it to my Casey's first name and my husband was his last name. He addressed it to Casey Larry.
Oh, stepsisters, Lynn said.
Okay,
It don't
still,
matter. We're still family.
yeah, it's we don't include the step until people look at you and say, whose child is that? And it's like, it's Casey's wife. Or it's Melinda's husband's. We don't want to say that. Then we quickly say step. But that's the only time it's step. It's in
Yep. It's
description.
like my son's got 3 kids with his wife now, and Baylor is my youngest great grandson and stuff that quilt I made for. So he's still
Yeah.
my grandson.
But it's like that doctor did that Saturday checkup on my son. He did the biopsy on Monday on my son. He did a follow-up checkup on my son. And that doctor only charged $75.
Oh wow.
And he even went into the big city after Casey the diagnosis came back, and the doctor got a hold of, yes, you're a silly girl. And the doctor had got a hold of him, and they all met us at the hospital on the first day that he was going in for his checkup. And then he kept up to date with him.
That's a real doctor.
And never charged us another bill. Yep.
Oh, I got to turn the phone so I read the chat. Wait just a sec here.
Yeah, it's like
Fish
it just
Jenkins.
seems.
Randy, where are you fishing? I don't understand why you aren't catching. I'm talking on YouTube, Fish, part of it. I missed one a little bit ago. But
He
I was
needs the
talking.
one that grabs the line and takes off.
Yeah. I like the challenge, though. You know, when they take off, set the hook. My son's got these fancy deals that, you know, you can catch fish without doing nothing. You just got to reel them in. I don't like that. I don't want to watch them fight and take a hold of get them.
Well, I don't watch Duck Dynasty very often, but last night it came on, and they're letting this 4 or 5-year-old kid gonna shoot his first deer, and they have such technology. If you got enough money in the world, you know, that you could set it up on a stand that's propped like you're on
Yeah,
my
a tripod.
stand. And all they have to do is touch a button with their little finger and shoot.
Yep.
What happened to that nervous jerk when you go to pull the trigger? That's hunting. Hunting is not sitting in the duck blind waiting for the deer to come to you. It's you go to the deer.
Yep.
I'm sorry. There's different. My way of hunting is different.
Well, and then another deal. Ted off the hook comes in here once in a while, and I tell him it's not right. When he hunts deer, he goes out and plots the land, plants certain things that deer eat right by his deer stand, dragging them in. And I don't think that's a sport. You sit out in the woods and wait for them, you know?
Well, my mom, my dad, and mom, when us 5 kids and mom and dad, we went out hunting. Mom dropped dad off at one point. And us kids all dressed in ucky red. We was dropped off at another point, and then we just walked slowly up towards dad. We rushed the deer towards dad.
Well, when my uncles were alive, they live over here just on the other side of this lake here where they had property. And that's what we would do is drive. We'd have 2 people sit at the end and 4 or 5 walking, spooking them to them. But nobody does that no more.
Yeah. And it's like, us kids was the drivers.
I was one of them sitting on point one time, and this fox come up, and it was foaming at the mouth and, you know, making all kinds of noises at me, and I got scared, so I shot it.
Yeah. Now, one story my husband told, he says, I almost come back with no brother-in-law because he was out. They knew about where the deer path was, and they knew which direction they normally traveled on it. So he went out, took him hunting one time because his sister says, can you take my husband with you, please? Mm-hmm. So he did. That guy sat there, threw rocks down over the bank.
Didn't sit there and be quiet, huh?
He kept opening the gun, closing the gun, opening the gun, closing the gun, throw another rock, another pine cone. And he says, I about killed him. But it's like, he never went hunting with that guy again. Mm-hmm. But they always had places that they knew where the deer was, the path they took. My friend has 148 acres, and they know the path that the deer normally take, and they just go sit and wait patiently. When it's going to hit them, it's going to hit them. You know, it's their turn, it's their turn. But yeah, my husband didn't like eating it.
They have habits of which way they go and where they stop, what times. Like we could I watch on my front porch about 7 o'clock in the evening, over in the cow pasture across the road, the deer pass through. We got 13 of them right now going through our place.
Yeah. It's like right out here where my son only lives 5 miles from me. It's to drive to his house. It's 5 miles. But if I went as the crow flies, I could go down this train track right here and go right to my son's house. So he's just a little like 4 miles. He has looked like a 3-point, and then there's a non-typical because he has like 3 points on one side and 2 on the other. He's not typical.
All right,
And then
Fish.
the other one's just a little tiny spike.
See you later, Fish. If I get a fish, I'll send you a picture of it.
Yeah.
Usually I don't catch nothing when I'm live. They start biting afterwards. So I post pictures on Facebook. But I am out here early. I usually between 11 and say 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 6. They don't usually bite, but I want to get my spot because people will be in a spot if you don't come over early.
Yeah. See, I always like the early morning when the water.
Yeah, that's why I've been getting up when Shannon goes to work or gets home. She gets home about 6, so I'm ready to go. When she goes to bed, I come over here. She's in bed anyway, and I get over early.
And then she gets that quiet that she needs.
Yep.
But it's like, and then I never tried to be the fisherman. It's like I cast it out. If I caught, I caught. If I didn't, I didn't. It's just one of those things. And I always seem to bring home the most fish. My aunt, I will not put that worm on the hook. No, 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 no. I will not even touch a worm. And my aunt would put the worm on the hook, and then I'd take a couple other hooks just in case. And I'd cast out and I'd catch the first perch. Well, you can cut that perch up and rebait your hook with it because fish are cannibals. I hate to say it. They're cannibals.
Hi, country. That's a lady from Australia.
Hi, country. But it's like, I come back one time because perch is unlimited here. I came back with 100 perch. She says if I catch them, she'll clean them. So we filleted them up and we had, the best.
I've never had perch. A lot of people, like I was talking to this farmer today, he likes perch. When I was a kid, my dad would give us cane poles or whatever and worms and tell us to go fish to catch perch or bluegill. I always thought that was a kid's deal, but after I got older here and I watch people doing fishing, there's a lot of people out there fishing for them, filleting them and stuff that I was taught that was for the kids to play with when I was little.
Yeah.
And I got some worms here. I could probably cast out here by the bank and catch some, but I want to catch the big fish.
But it's like,
oh, guys, we might have to end this. It's starting to rain. I don't think it's going to last long, but I don't get my phone wet.
But our perch was always what we'd call the silver dollar size when you got done filleting them. And they made the best fish and chips. We just went back, we fish fried them. My kids never ate so much fish in their entire life. And my kids aren't a fish eater. But they love
one cloud over here. I don't know if it's going to last or not.
If you have to go, you have to go.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it off. This phone cost me $2,000. I don't want to get run. Shannon would shoot me. So I'll see everybody later. Bye.